Already fantasizing about the possibility of a real-life superhero, an average teenager, Dave, transitions into the community vigilante Kick-Ass after being mugged. Armed with nothing but a can-do attitude and an unusual resistance to pain, Dave's decision to take matters into his own hands leads him on a path that intersects with a sinister criminal organization. Along the way, he forms an unlikely alliance with the formidable duo of Hit Girl and Big Daddy as they embark on a dangerous mission to dismantle the very foundation of the criminal underworld. Dave Lizawiski is a normal teenager who lives in Staten Island, New York. Dave is just your regular geeky guy. He's not the class jock or the class clown. He's not super cute or smart. His life at home with his dad is okay. His mother died suddenly when an aneurysm hit her, and he has a couple of friends with whom he shares his love for comics and superheroes. This love for comics and superheroes is the only special thing about Dave, as it leads him to start wondering why no one has ever decided to be a real-life superhero like the ones in the comic book. While discussing the possibility of donning a mask and saving people all around like a hero with his friends in a comic book shop, Dave's friends try to let him see the impossibility of the concept, explaining that anyone who tries it in real life won't last more than a day. On their way home, Dave and Todd are mugged while a bystander watches and does nothing. Hurt by this experience, Dave decides to become a real-life superhero. He buys a scuba suit on eBay as his costume and becomes a mass crime fighter despite having no superpowers or training. In another scene, Frank D'Amico, a crime kingpin and one of the wealthiest men in Staten Island, interrogates one of his workers, Trey, about the whereabouts of a missing drug. Trey claims a man dressed like Batman wearing a mask and cape comes out of nowhere and steals the drug from them. However, Frank finds it hard to believe the possibility of a real-life Superman stealing his coke and that his mullah told him that Trey stole the drug. He orders his murder while he follows his son to watch a movie at the theater. Meanwhile, in another part of Staten Island, a father and daughter duo dubbed Big Daddy and Hit Girl fights crime secretly. The 11-year-old Hit Girl has been ferociously trained in all the concepts of the fight by her father. As part of her training, Big Daddy wants to shoot Hit Girl to show her the trick behind gun bullets. She expresses her fear of being shot, but her father assures her that the pain will be minimal since she's wearing bulletproof. At the promise of getting her ice cream and going to her favorite spot, she agrees to 3 rounds. Over bowls of ice cream, Mindy's father asks her what she wants as a birthday gift, and she chooses a Benchmade Model 42 butterfly knife to her father's chagrin. After high school, Dave spends the first few weeks exercising and then one day comes across 2 blokes stealing a car. He initially wants to run away, but decides to engage them in a fight. Already donning the mask under his clothes, he changes it and confronts the 2 blokes who find him funny. He engages them in a fight, beating them with the stick he holds, but they overpower him, beat him, stab him, and eventually hit him with a car, rendering him unconscious while his attackers scramble off. Dave is brought into the hospital, and he convinces paramedics to keep his costume secret and pretends he was brought in naked. He spends several weeks in the hospital, where his bones have been repaired with metal plates and nerve damage has diminished his ability to feel pain. Upon his return to school, Dave is taken aback when his longtime crush, Katie Dumas, displays unexpected interest. With the news that he's found naked spreading like wildfire in the school, everyone believes he's gay except his friends, and Katie isn't an exception. Thinking that he's gay, Katie wishes to look after him, leading Dave to embrace the situation as an opportunity to be close to her. One of D'Amico's men visits him at his mansion early in the morning to give him a report received from their mole. The mole told him that the dead Trey sold him 5 keys at half price. On hearing this news, D'Amico realizes that someone is messing with him, and he tells the man to probe the mole to find out who is behind the strange occurrences. On probing the mole, they find nothing and kill him. Undeterred by his earlier setback, Dave intervenes in a gang fight defending against 3 men using modified nightsticks. A bystander records the event on his phone and captures Dave dubbing himself Kick-Ass. The video becomes a YouTube phenomenon, making Kick-Ass an overnight sensation. Dave creates a MySpace account so people can contact Kick-Ass. While spending time with Katie, she admits that a drug dealer was harassing her. Encouraging her, he convinces her to seek assistance from Kick-Ass. Investigating the situation, Kick-Ass finds himself in a dangerous apartment filled with violent individuals who attempt to eliminate him. Luckily, the mass vigilante Hit Girl arrives just in time, eliminating the attackers before departing with her father, Big Daddy. Later, they visit Kick-Ass, tracking him down by tracing his MySpace account. Hit Girl and Big Daddy inform Kick-Ass that they can work together and they will keep in contact. But Dave informs him that he's planning to shut down the website and quit the superhero life. Hit Girl and Big Daddy tell him they are always around if he needs them, and he can alert them by showing them a sign of going on vacation on his website. Meanwhile, the drug dealers are D'Amico's men, the most recent of 22 criminals in his network who had been murdered in the preceding 6 months. The true identity of Big Daddy is unveiled as Damon McCready, a former super cop unjustly framed by D'Amico, leading to his imprisonment. While in prison, his pregnant wife becomes lonely and commits suicide, but luckily the child is saved, leaving him to raise their daughter Mindy alone. Seeking retribution, Damon molds his daughter into a crime-fighting force after regaining freedom, giving rise to Big Daddy and Hit Girl. Amidst the complexity, Damon's former partner Marcus stumbles upon his vigilante persona. In a heartfelt discussion, Marcus acknowledges Mindy's right to a normal childhood, ultimately agreeing to safeguard their secret. But Big Daddy screams at Marcus's retreating back that it was D'Amico that deprived his daughter of a childhood. While driving along the neighborhood, D'Amico sees Kick-Ass walking along the street and orders his driver to follow him. On getting to a corner, he alights from the car and attacks Kick-Ass, shooting him with a gun and killing passersby. When D'Amico realizes it's not the real Kick-Ass he killed but an impersonator, he becomes enraged because his men haven't succeeded since they started searching for Kick-Ass. At that moment, D'Amico's son Chris enters and suggests a different approach. He plans to adopt the persona of Red Mist, another superhero, to lure Kick-Ass into a meeting. This scheme aims to build trust with Kick-Ass and eventually ensnare him in a carefully laid trap. At that moment, Katie joins them and discusses a new superhero becoming a sensation. The TV is airing the news about the superhero at that moment, and they all watch the Red Mist as the newscaster broadcasts that he reveals the identity of a drug dealer. All his friends, including Katie, find Red Mist cooler than Kick-Ass, to the dismay of Dave. On getting home, Dave sees a message from Red Mist on his website. He wants them to meet. Excited about meeting Red Mist, Kick-Ass joins him in his car, and Red Mist drives to D'Amico's warehouse. He tells Kick-Ass they will save a lady who messaged him for help. Unknown to Kick-Ass, D'Amico's men are waiting for him at the warehouse, and D'Amico's car is also following them. However, upon arrival at the warehouse, they meet an unexpected scene. The warehouse is on fire, and D'Amico's henchmen lie lifeless. Before rushing out of the warehouse, Red Mist retrieves a teddy bear that is half burnt. On getting home, Red Mist tells his father that the teddy bear has a spy camera installed in it, and from the footage on it, they find out that Big Daddy is responsible for the fire and death of the men. D'Amico asks his son if he knows the whereabouts of Big Daddy, and he replies that Kick-Ass will know it because he told him there are other superheroes. D'Amico orders that his mansion be locked down, and no one is allowed entrance until they find Big Daddy. At Big Daddy's base, he receives a call from Marcus that his identity has been revealed to D'Amico, suggesting he goes into hiding. At the end of the call, Big Daddy informs his daughter that they are going after D'Amico. Realizing the seriousness of his situation, Dave wants to quit. Now, he has discovered why there are no real-life superheroes. Being a superhero isn't easy. Opening up to Katie, Dave confesses his true identity as Kick-Ass. Through this honesty, Katie forgives him for the earlier deception about being gay and becomes his girlfriend. When Dave checks his website, he discovers a flood of urgent messages from Red Mist, urgently requesting a meeting due to D'Amico putting a bounty on their head. When they finally meet, Red Mist implores Kick-Ass to locate Hit Girl and Big Daddy to seek help. As promised, Kick-Ass changed his website status to on vacation, and when Big Daddy sees it, he sends the GPS of his location to him. By tracing the GPS, the search leads them to a secure hideout. Meanwhile, they are being trailed closely by D'Amico's men. On getting to the safe house, Red Mist shoots Hit Girl, sending her tumbling off a window ledge and onto the ground below. Following a harrowing series of events, Kick-Ass and Big Daddy are apprehended and transported to a warehouse. Here, the gangsters orchestrate an internet broadcast to publicly unmask and execute the heroic duo. They are severely beaten, and Big Daddy is set on fire. Kick-Ass is also about to be set on fire when Hit Girl, saved by her Kevlar-lined costume so the Red Mist bullet doesn't penetrate, kills the henchman. Big Daddy is badly burned and dies of his injuries after an emotional moment with his daughter. Kick-Ass tries to convince Hit Girl to quit, but she is determined to stop D'Amico and urges Kick-Ass to assist her. Disguised as a schoolgirl, Mindy infiltrates D'Amico's mansion and swiftly eliminates the majority of henchmen in the penthouse. However, her ammunition runs out, leaving her vulnerable. In a dire moment, just as a thug prepares to fire a small rocket launcher taken from Big Daddy's secure location, Kick-Ass enters wearing a jetpack adorned with Gatling guns, equipment purchased by Big Daddy before his demise. He eliminates the rest of the men. In a climactic showdown, Kick-Ass engages in a fierce brawl with Red Mist, their clash rendering both unconscious. Simultaneously, Hit Girl confronts D'Amico, demonstrating her combat prowess, yet succumbing to his superior strength. As D'Amico prepares to deliver a final blow to Hit Girl, a revived Kick-Ass fires the bazooka, blasting D'Amico out of the window, where he explodes mid-air. In the aftermath, Red Mist regains consciousness only to witness Kick-Ass and Hit Girl's departure via the jetpack. Hit Girl and Kick-Ass step away from their vigilantism, opting for retirement from their crime-fighting exploits. Mindy, entrusted to the care of Damon's former partner, Sergeant Marcus Williams, enrolls at Dave's school, embarking on a new chapter in her life. Dave elaborates on the inspiring impact of their previous endeavors as a fresh wave of superheroes emerges, inspired by his endeavor. In the concluding scene, a compelling image unfolds. Red Mist, now at the helm of his father's empire, dons a revamped mask. He declares war on the new hero population, quoting the Joker, as a great man once said, "Wait till they get a load of me." If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications to help the channel. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.